welcome to First Issue Club. We're your weekly comic book podcast. We're just like Sue Storm. We love a good read. Comic books are what we're here to talk about, and there's a lot of them to talk about. We're going to stand on business for comic books.
Stand on 10 toes.
That's right. Firmly planted, dug into the ground.
Not trimmed.
That's right. The longest toenails.
My wife calls them talons.
Mm-hmm. We've got 10 coke nails sitting
10
on our
party
tootsies.
nails.
10 party nails. That's what we call it. Yeah.
I can only wear flip-flops.
Call me Princess Leia, because I got some coke nails.
I got some, oh, that beautiful. Rest in peace.
Okay, this week, we are going to go see Superman. We haven't seen it yet. Mm-hmm. We're recording this Thursday night premiere in our city. So we're going to go tomorrow night. We're not going to talk about the movie. Yeah. I also kind of don't want to get into all the Fox News discourse. Everyone else is already talking about it.
Yeah.
And we've trod this path so many times already.
And honestly, it's just like, what do you want us to say?
Yeah.
We've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
We reached the zenith with Pregnant Joker. And every time this happens again, they roll out Dean Cain.
Yeah.
And he gets to mouth off about being Superman. And it's just like, dude, you're not.
Yeah.
And it's done. Superman is always great. He's always woke. And he's not American. Next.
Yep. We had the same discourse about is Jesus too woke like a couple months ago, and it was just like, you know what, we've really jumped the shark with this whole conversation.
Also,
at this point.
not American, lived in Kansas,
According to the Mormons,
and could fly.
That's right. He's supposed to return. This is the funniest thing to me is that if you live in Kansas City, you kind of know this.
Yeah.
That the Mormons bought up so much land around Kansas City because they believe
County, Missouri.
this was the original Garden of Eden and that Jesus was going to return around Kansas City, and they wanted to have a lot of land. And then,
have you been to the Grandview Triangle? It's gorgeous.
And then like maybe 10, 15 years ago, they started selling it all. And it's like,
What's happening? What'd you find out?
Yeah, what did you find out? What changed your mind?
Did you find another golden plate? What happened?
If you owned the Garden of Eden, you think you'd keep that property.
It's like the Harold Camp thing. Like, you got your Bible math wrong, and the
real estate's just worth a little too much to validate saving some acreage for Jesus.
The interest rates are really killing us here, folks. And God came to me in a dream.
I think he'll understand when he comes back that we sold off some land.
Yeah, he'll actually praise me.
Yeah. Okay, what were we talking about?
Superman.
Superman.
I am.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Before we get to Superman,
Another great superhero of the show.
there you go. Space Camper, Cosmic IPA. From our friends at Boulevard Brewing Company.
Ooh.
Worthy
Are
of
we both drinking Chill
any
Breaks?
Yes. Clink.
terrestrial or extraterrestrial. In this galaxy and beyond, yum yum, give me some Dynamite Tum Tum Space Camper IPA, the only drink I drink, including water.
Thanks for making this podcast possible, Boulevard Brewing Company, via the Space Camper Cosmic IPA.
Yeah, they pay for the cables that connect to the boombox.
That's right. We love you for it. Okay. I think, like I said, I want to move on from Superman.
Superman Discourse.
Superman Discourse.
Okay.
Are we excited about the movie?
I'm so excited.
Shut your mouth.
I'm so excited about it. You know what I'm always surprised by? All these lists of like best Superman movies ranked. Mm-hmm. And it's always Superman 1 and 2 at the top. And it's like, I get that.
Yeah, we don't want to step on Christopher Reeves' legacy. Sure.
At the same time, I'm like, are those that rewatchable? I don't know.
I hate that they don't include George Reeves' Superman from the serials.
Andy, come on.
Dude.
Come on. This is a serious
justice
show.
for George.
This is a serious show. We're on Wikipedia, for God's sake. It's those kinds of lukewarm takes that is going to get us kicked off the internet.
But this movie's like, the last I looked at Rotten Tomatoes, it was at like an 85% or something. And the Superman 1 and 2 stick around like 87, 85.
Yeah.
So people are maybe general. Who knows what time will do?
Yeah.
But immediately they're holding it kind of in the regard of some of those other movies. So that's good to see.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I haven't heard a single bad thing about it yet. So
Yeah.
From someone who's not Fox News.
yes.
Okay,
exactly.
there we go.
That's right.
There we go.
That I take seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I am excited. This is, from the trailer, I was just like, oh, this is different. This feels holistically different. And I'm not going to spend the next 5 minutes dogging Zack Snyder or the Snyderverse or whatever. Like, that's not what we're going to do. But this did feel like a shift, a tonal shift, a new era that DC really is moving into.
I'm excited.
There's brevity, there's lightness.
Yeah, I'm excited to walk out of a Superman movie and go like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Didn't say Martha.
yes. Like, just to walk out of a movie and be like, wow, Superman made me feel good about myself.
I want to see Superman shredding a double-necked guitar over Kim Jong-un
And an eagle flies over.
while chugging a frosty Coca-Cola. That is what I want from a Superman movie.
Why not?
Because
A frosty space camper.
Because while
Cosmic
Space
IPA.
Camper is delicious, Coca-Cola's American, baby.
Doesn't get more American than a Coca-Cola soda pop.
Do you think Superman plays an instrument?
Superman's got saxophone energy.
He has like Bill Clinton on Arsenio Hall, just like.
Yeah.
"Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo."
He's deflecting asteroids with a killer C sharp.
Well, no. Okay, so is he like saxophone or is he Kenny G?
No.
Straight.
He's an alto.
Saxophone. He's alto. Okay.
He's alto sax.
Not bass. Get a little funky with it. I think Superman's a drums man. I think he's hitting the skins.
I'd imagine the restraint. He couldn't get too into
I
it.
know.
Superman-
it's like
Superman
a
is-
whiplash. You're
he's-
really gonna
Yeah.
keep it.
He's not incredibly skinny or incredibly fat, so he can't be a drummer. And trust me, I've been playing drums for 25
The
years.
speed of this guy's paradiddle.
but your legs are fucking tight, my man. Sound off on our Discord. What instrument do you think Superman would play? I'm interested to hear.
He could be hitting those Dragon Force solos with how fast he moves his fingers, no problem.
He's like bursting into flames.
Superman doesn't like learn things fast, does he?
He's an idiot. Yeah.
I don't think his like brain power
No.
is increased.
So
This is an amazing bit that we have just now starting to nibble on. Just like remedial Superman. Just like can punch an asteroid out of the sky, but like can't add the tip by himself on
Yeah.
a restaurant bill.
Lois, will you sign for
Yeah.
me?
So
Can you
there's, like-
add 5%, please?
But there's like a thing in Flash lore specifically where like because of the way Flash works, he can like learn stuff super fast, but only for a certain amount of time.
Is that right?
I think so. Yeah. So he can like read a book.
But his brain can't sustain
His
it
brain can't like
because he hasn't taken the time to really absorb it.
term it. So he can
That's
become a
interesting.
super like genius at one thing, but only for like 20 minutes.
This is the nuance in superhero rules that I love.
Yeah. Well, I think there was that Flash, like old Silver Age Flash, where he read a bunch of books and his brain
he got
Oh.
really big.
I have that issue, yeah.
I don't know the intelligence level of Superman. It would be great if he can't like read.
He's
Like
just,
he has a tough time with subtitles.
yeah, that's the real humanizing factor that Superman needs.
Yeah.
Is like,
He watches Fox News.
whoa, hold on now.
Man, I should get silver.
No, yeah, he like he's never read a book since high school.
Yeah, he's an audiobook guy.
He's not
I wrote a zine very close to the topic we're talking about called The Illiterate Aquaman.
That's right.
It's awesome.
That posed a world where, he grows up underwater. So
Right.
does he learn to read the word of man? That's kind of the situation of the zine.
Yes.
So
Kind of an Elseworld thing
if
that DC wasn't brave enough to publish.
yeah, so Jim Lee, call us.
Yeah. Now that the Dio's out of there, give us a ring-a-ding-ding.
if you want, I still have a handful of copies. If you want it,
Oh God.
join our Discord
Yeah.
because every once in a while we mail stuff out to people.
Yeah.
And if you're watching our video tier, I just finished a sketch cover on the for somebody on our Discord who did me a solid, and I send these out every once in a while to contest winners on the Discord with swag and things. So
And there is no video tier for the main episode. It's always on YouTube.
oh, it's always on YouTube, right? So anybody can look at this tiny portion of the screen wherein this looks like a bunch of squiggles.
I can't believe you went full hog and you drew that dong. That's a joke for those of you who are listening only.
Yeah. Yeah. You're missing the dong.
There's no dong.
Or is there?
That's the
Check
bit.
the video on YouTube.
Speaking of this joke, we also have a sticker of Wolverine fully naked
With a micro penis.
with a micro, and his pubes are in the shape of the hair
His hair,
of his signature hair.
Classic.
Which we made new stickers and buttons for the upcoming Summer Jam convention that we're going to be a part of August 16th up in Overland Park. Elite Comics is putting that on. We were very excited to be having a table there to record a live episode. So if you're in the area in Overland Park, Kansas in August, come by and see us. Say hey.
Speaking of Superman's altruism, Elite Comics right there with you. One of the do-goodiest comic shops in the dang Midwest.
Yeah.
Good people.
The world?
Could be the
be the
that's
world.
probably fair to say.
Could be the world.
They're as woke as Superman.
And he's wide awake. Superman has never been drowsy.
Before we move on to the books we read, I want everyone to go around quickly
Oh God.
and guess as to what the stinger or the big leave away from Superman's going to be.
Stinger will be the bat symbol.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
big
a
swing.
yeah.
The bat signal in the sky.
Big swing.
And I don't know. This is I
We're all
don't know
just
any spoilers.
Completely guessing. What do you think, Mike D?
I think it's gonna be Kara. Supergirl.
Sure.
Oh,
That's a good guess.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think it's going to be all the other Green Lanterns showing up.
Ooh, like
Oh, that'd
Kilowog
be-
and
Interesting.
Sinestro.
No,
Kree.
no, just the actual like human Green. This is John Stewart.
Oh, like John Stewart
big-
and
Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan.
Kyle Rayner, because they've already
Selena
confirmed
Gomez.
that. Yeah, and Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
They've
As Dazzler.
Get your keys now. Every day on Instagram, I see another like Sabrina Carpenter might play Dazzler. It's just like we gotta slow down with
Sabrina
this,
Carpenter's
guys.
like, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
this isn't gonna happen for you.
Make Lizzo Dazzler, you cowards.
Yeah, do it.
But
dare you.
they've confirmed that Lanterns TV show. And
No,
think
yeah, I know
one of
that's in- yeah, mhm.
But I think Supergirl's probably the smartest.
Supergirl
bet.
would be a good one.
Yup. Love it. No, really, almost nothing is off the table for this. They're throwing so many, like, we're going to cannonball into the story with so many characters so quickly that I wouldn't be surprised, like, by anything showing up, and it'll be a delight.
Zombie Sergeant Rock. Shows
Well,
up right at the
okay,
end.
well,
Played by
you-
Bruce Campbell.
You did it. You finally did it. I'm hoping for finally a Bizarro
God, that would be so great.
in the movie. I played by Nathan Fillion. Okay, let's get into comic books. We did our stuff.
We did our stuff. We got our yucks off.
We got our yucks off.
Oh, on the Patreon this week, we we went well over an hour talking about indie books that we'd love to see movies from.
Yeah, we each
So,
made a list.
That was a
and
fun one.
Round robin that, and it was actually really, really fun. I had my doubts when you pitched the idea, but Andy, you've done it again.
That comes out on Monday.
On Monday. Yes, Patreons debut on Mondays.
Or Sunday, depending on if I have time.
Depending if the file is easy to process.
Yeah. Who wants to start? Do we want to start with the big one?
Let's do Fantastic
let's
Four.
do Fantastic Four.
So this is the Bullet comic. Am I the only one that read this?
I read it.
You read it with me.
read it,
Yes. Not with you, but
At me.
It
You
was
read it at
sold
me.
out at the shop we went to.
which kind of is weird.
They
really
had
surprising.
They had plenty of issues at my LCS.
Did they? Okay.
But I think this is an interesting move for Marvel because
Why?
Because it's a reboot of a series that's happening in the middle of an event that's like almost directly tied to this book.
It is a very weird time to start at number one.
I mean, they did it for the movie.
Yes.
For sure.
I don't think this is a reboot. I think it's like a subtle tie-in to the movie. Okay.
It's a number 1. Did you read the same because there's a Fantastic Four First Steps book that's a one-shot.
Oh, no.
Is that what you read?
You read the one-shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Folks, it's happened. Marvel finally did it. They released too many comic books with the same name, and we read 2 different ones.
I had the same thing. I picked it up, and I was like, oh, this is a cool cover of Fantastic Four number 1. And it's a in-universe comic book that's a tie-in to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll be discussing 2 different Fantastic Four books.
I love it.
But this is an actual renumbering of the Fantastic Four ongoing series.
Yes,
So
and Ryan North is still writing it, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Umberto Ramos is doing the art, but Ryan North is still writing, and it's issue 743 or whatever the legacy number is. Again, interesting choice to take obviously you're going to have people buying it because of the movie and because it's a number 1, but it's happening in the middle of this big Doom event. I'm not reading the Doom event. I was not reading Fantastic Four. So I feel like I'm a good candidate to determine whether this is a good number 1 issue.
Yeah.
And I will say, yes, this is a great jumping on point for anybody who sees the movie and says, I want to know more about these characters.
Yeah. Well, I'll say too that Ryan North's last number 1 was a great jumping on point.
Yeah.
Because it read like vintage comics.
Yes.
It was very much like, here's a fun solo story that you can read without the context of the other issues.
Well, and what's cool about this is they're acknowledging the Doom stuff that's happening because Doom is Emperor Doom and he's the Sorcerer Supreme and he's got the big cape and the thing and all that stuff. But right at the beginning of the book, the FF is fighting him and he blasts them all back in time. So the majority of the book is 3 or 4 pages of each character going to a specific place where they're meeting up across time to try and make their way back home. So there's a specific rock that Reed has identified as being accessible basically throughout the entire history of the planet.
So if anybody gets displaced, they know where to go.
They go to this rock and they carve.
He's thought of everything, this guy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's cool because it starts out with Johnny and he's 5 million years in the past and the oxygen level is like 20%. So he can't really flame on really well, but he gets the rock and he carves his name, and then you flash to the thing and he gets to the rock and Johnny's stuff is carved into it and he carves this thing, whatever. So the whole book is going to be them dealing with their predicament, and then Sue Storm is ultimately the one. She's the furthest in the future, so she's the one that's going to have to like get them all home, back to their current time.
Whoa,
it's a really cool concept, and again, the fact that it works inside of this event and as a number 1 is really, I think, something special. Like it's not something that any writer could just kind of throw away. And all that to said too, you get Umberto Ramos's art.
Yeah.
I'm in.
The master.
Easy sell.
That sounds awesome.
Now I kind of wish I would have read that one. To be honest,
I really have. I can't recommend his run enough.
Yeah.
It's been really fun, and like I said, I feel like a kid when I'm reading his previous run before this one, just because it does those like very standalone issues are such a rare thing now.
Yeah,
and he was good about doing that a lot.
He's got a good author's note in the back too, about how his approach to every issue is that it could be somebody's first issue.
Yeah.
So even if it's issue 63, you've got to include certain elements in the book that make stuff approachable, which is like the heart and soul of this podcast specifically.
Yeah.
Well, so if anybody out there is like, even, has an interest in Fantastic Four, but it's 700 issues worth and you don't know where to start, I would absolutely recommend this number 1 specifically.
Start at issue 1.
Place to start
from 1960.
That conceptually is dying as an art form.
Yeah.
Which is really tough for somebody who wants to support like weekly comic books, because the best way to read a comic when there's been like, you read 32 pages, wait a month, and then you read the next 32 pages, you need a little bit of like context and resetting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Previously.
Yeah, exactly right. Like, I need that. But a lot of comics now, they're like, longer standing, this is going to be a trade paperback, and people are going to read this as a graphic novel. So we're writing it like that, and catch up people who are buying this weekly or monthly. You know what I mean?
Catch up or shut up.
So I don't know. I do appreciate that it is also like Fantastic Four, which I view as like one of the like OG fun comics that like kids and adults can enjoy and have a good time with.
Yeah.
So it's a nice one to have an homage to simpler times in comics.
Yeah. It's a fun story. It was incredibly well written. The art was great. I mean, it's everything you could want out of a number one.
Does Galactus show up?
Galactus does not show up. This is just the Alex Ross variant.
Oh,
Okay.
what a ruse. Red herring. Well, like Andy said, if you leave the Fantastic Four movie and you want to read more about Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, then do I have the comic book for you by Matt Fraction and Mark Buckingham. Fantastic Four First Steps. It basically runs through the first mission they ever do as the MCU Fantastic Four. They've just come back from space. They're in quarantine because they have these wacky powers. And then they get the call that there is calamity happening. And we are introduced to the Mole Man, who will be in the Fantastic Four movie.
Okay, I was wondering about that because I'm kind of pissed because that showed up in like a Little Caesars commercial or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? That would have been like such a fun reveal that it's like they're doing the first issue cover.
Yeah.
But now it's like all over TV, and they released like a Marvel Legends toy kit that has the monster from that first issue. I can't remember
Giganto.
that. Giganto, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it's something like so basic and simple. But
Big Manus.
Monster guy.
yeah, right, basically.
So I forget who is the actor portraying Mole Man.
Josh Gad, right?
Boo. No, not Josh Gad. He is another famous actor. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. I know you're a big fan of the show.
Vin Diesel.
Anyway, from the issue, you can kind of glean that we're going to feel sympathetic.
I can't move on from Vin Diesel being...
As the Mole Man.
It's about family.
Yeah, it's dark down here.
Being in Subterraria. remember Perfect Dark?
Pitch Black.
Remember... No, that was the later one. Remember Pitch Black, where I can't see, but I'm really good at throwing knives?
He can see in the dark. That's the premise of the movie. Jesus Christ, Greg.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to rag on a USA Network movie.
God, no kidding.
How dare I?
They made a trilogy.
Should they have?
Yeah. Chronicles of Riddick?
It honestly feels like Vin Diesel's just like, I'm not going to do a movie unless I get 3 out of them. And everyone's just like, okay, Vin, fuck.
Wait, is the Chronicles of Riddick stuff the same franchise as
Yeah,
the...
it's Pitch
yeah,
Black, Chronicles
Pitch
of
Black?
Riddick, and
Debbie Does Dallas.
just Riddick, I think.
Okay, I didn't
But like,
realize
it's like 3 C's, you know what I mean?
And then they did, the animated one,
I do not get that joke.
and then they
Big
did the video game.
Which is not a movie.
It's
It's a
all
video.
real.
Wait, what's the video game called?
Escape from Butcher Bay. How about that? Look it up.
That sounds
I can't do long division, but I know the name of the Chronicles of Riddick video game.
It's like the longest running franchise that no one knows anything about.
I own all of them.
Land Before Time.
Yeah, they made 17 of those.
That sounds like it needs to be like Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Escape from Butcher Bay. Like that's what it sounds like it should be in that franchise. In any case, the book written by Matt Fraction, which was kind of badass. It's literally like made for MCU
Fans.
comic book.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to see that they're gonna have to cover some of this stuff in the movie. Like it's inescapable at this point. But it gave some really fun, rich context to the new MCU Fantastic Four. There's a lot of fun comic book Easter egg tropes. Like you can mail away to be in the Johnny Storm fan club. And like he's kind of treated as like this like Tiger Beat character in like the ads, which I think is really funny. Sue Storm's like treated as like the housewife of like, how do you run a family while being a superhero? And it's like kind of all the familiar 1960s tropes of just like what it means to be a man.
All the trappings of being a nuclear family of the time. Like I loved in the trailer them touring the house and Sue giving the kind of like first ladies like Christmas decor kind of tour. It was like perfect.
It was a fun additive to a movie that we're all gonna love. Does that make sense? Like not required reading, but if you love the Fantastic Four First Steps movie, you're probably gonna get a real kick out of this.
Yeah.
It is funny that you say that because I am so resigned to like loving it already. The public perception of this movie and the Superman movie before they've come out is like they did it right, and none of us have seen it yet.
I refuse to hate it.
So crazy. It'll be the biggest surprise. The biggest surprise could be that movie's bad.
Right.
It seems like such a layup.
Unless they give Galactus like a goofy voice, like, "Oh yuck! I'm here to eat your power cosmic." Like, that's the only way this movie fails.
Yeah. It's just Bane's voice.
I'm here for the ultimate nullifier.
Has anyone seen my Silver Surfer? I can shrink and get big. We can do this for hours, folks. We can call in now. Give us something to say in a funny Bane voice, and we'll do it. That's the First Issue Club promise.
We'll just do quotes from the movie. I was born in the darkness.
Okay, we've reached the limit now. We've reached it. Let's move on. Did we both read Beneath the Trees?
Big time, baby.
Let's go. Do you have that with you?
I do.
Okay.
So this is by best friend of the show, Patrick Horvath, and I think Greg and I both went into this thinking this is just going to be a rehash of the same thing. It's a cash grab. It's
because
whatever. I was not expecting much.
We recently talked about on Humble Bundle that IDW did their big Fresh Ink batch of new comics for people to get into the indie stuff from IDW. So I just finished the Volume 1 of Beneath the Trees. And if you want to get those takes, go to the Patreon. It did seem short. So the Volume 1 was 6 issues. I'm almost thinking they cut it up. Like Patrick came to IDW with all of this, and they're just like, here's what we're doing.
Yeah.
This is amazing. We're gonna have to cut it up.
Yeah.
If not, if I'm totally wrong, I'll go whatever. Eat a piece of cake that makes me feel good. But I was sure.
I got to do that more often. Here I am eating shoes all the time.
Yeah, eating your hat. I'm out of hats. I've been wrong so many times. I'm out of hats.
Could be enjoying a nice cake.
I loved the first volume. I was pretty sure that like the well had been tapped.
Yeah.
The story was told. Yeah. I was like, Dexter kind of ran to the same thing. The TV show of just like, you're kind of just doing the same stuff over and over again, Dexter. Give me a break. This Rite of Spring felt very cool.
Yeah.
Like they have tied in some things from volume 1 into this newer volume. That's an 8-year time jump.
Oh, whoa, really?
Yeah. It is something to behold. And what they're posing going forward for this volume is kind of badass.
So it did the thing that all great sequels do, and
it put Vin Diesel in it.
The ultimate example for me is
it starts on Hoth.
Luke cuts open the. My ultimate example is Alien and Aliens, where Alien is a haunted house movie in space, and Aliens takes that concept and turns a horror movie into a war movie.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Hey, man, war is horror.
This takes Dexter and turns it into...
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Talented Mr. Ripley, yeah. Or even like...
Can you find a better one?
Well, yeah. No.
Chronicles of Riddick.
You didn't have to. He gave you the perfect escape hatch.
He did. Chronicles of Riddick.
It's turned it into a psychological thriller now.
That's or even like a Long Legs.
Tremors 3.
Tremors
Ass
3,
blasters.
Ass blasters. But it picks up a loose thread that you didn't think would be loose from the first one. Mm-hmm. But instead of just using that to rehash the same kind of story,
right,
we're now following, instead of the killer solving another series of murders, we're following the family member of a victim from the first series.
And it seems very much like this main character that we've come to know is doing her best to cinch off the loose threads.
Yeah.
Like she's still weaving this tapestry, but she knows that she has left some things undone. And you can tell that she is now trying to shore everything up so she can get away scot-free.
Yeah. It's a incredibly cool book.
It's a fun concept that I hadn't considered.
Yeah.
That is just like, because it could be very easy for Patrick just to keep doing the same thing that Volume 1 did over and over again. People don't get tired of seeing cute animals kill each other. I mean, it's a good market to get into if you can.
Well, and the other thing to think about too is like, if you put yourself in the mind of somebody who has not read Volume 1, you would still read this and find it incredibly interesting.
Right.
Because the setting and characterization like still feels fresh, even though we've seen the Richard Scary animals kill each other before. Nobody else is doing that, so it still feels like its own world that's unique and different from everything else on the rack.
Right. I totally agree. It's even so holistically different in a way than the first volume.
Totally.
Which I think that is the trademark sign of a creator who understands what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And respects the reader.
Yeah. And this is clearly not a cash grab. Like
No, you can see the passion in the book.
Yeah.
Because it's still watercolor. Like
right.
Like the effort is still there. Like this could have been, if it was a cash grab, it would have been digitally done by somebody else.
Well, even if
he would have been the writer.
Even if the art was incredible, if the story was like, oh, it's just the same thing. It's Beneath the Trees 1.5.
Yeah, basically the Barbarella effect.
Yeah.
Pretty to look at, kind of dumb.
Yeah. But it was a great book. It is another great jumping on point, I think. If you miss the hubbub of the first volume, you can jump onto this not knowing anything about it and still find a lot to latch onto. So good stuff. Good job, Patrick.
Damn.
Questions? Did you read Volume 1?
Yeah, I did, and I really liked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you actually have an original
I'm actually
drawing.
kind of different. I really liked that comic book.
Let me get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I read Archie Meets Jay and Silent Bob.
Who wrote that?
Kevin Smith wrote it.
Okay.
And you can tell. And I don't mean that as a derogatory thing. I mean that as in there's no restraint. Because if you've watched Clerks or Chasing Amy or anything like that, it is full tilt nonsense. And I'm going to sound like an old dude. Just cursing and like derogative language.
I have to ask right at the top.
Yeah.
Does Archie smoke weed in this book?
He doesn't.
Damn it.
But someone else of the Archie gang does.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm not going to spoil it though.
Okay.
And it's not Hot Dog.
It's not Hot Dog.
Which is Jughead's dog.
Dog.
So at the top, I don't want to say I didn't like this book. But when I'm done speaking, you'll understand why I didn't like this book. Like I said, it was done by Kevin Smith. There was zero restraint, which means like they said fuck every other panel, which it takes away the charm of Archie meeting these Kevin Smith characters. Does that make sense? It's just like if you're just like dropped into it and it's just every other panel and there's no like anticipation or build up or will they get away with saying this because it's branded with Archie Comics Publishing.
Yeah.
And I think Secret Stash Publishing, which is Kevin Smith's imprint or whatever. If they kind of like led up to it, like now Archie himself never said any cuss words or smoked weed, like I alluded to earlier. But like there's talks of a character giving Archie a hand job. There's talks about like Archie should participate in a 3-way with Betty and Veronica, and it's just like, and like I get it, like it's fun to talk and do that like at the lunch table, like if us just being like this is what the Archie comic should be, but like seeing it in practice, you're just like this doesn't work. Like it's
low hanging fruit.
It is very low hanging fruit, and like I don't want to say juvenile, but it's just like there is a age limit that'll just be like, this is fucking comedic gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. There is a thing for me that like anime falls into this trap a lot, or like at least like translations, like the dubs of animes fall into this trap a lot.
Sure.
Where it's like for American audiences to like it, we have to constantly remind them that this is actually for grown-ups and it's actually very mature.
Yeah.
And the way to signal that is by being very like brash and using a lot of curse words.
Yeah.
And as somebody who
Is an adult
and doesn't have to validate like all those things age poorly because we no longer worry about validating to someone else whether or not this is cool to watch. We just enjoy watching it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they're just like, "Oh fuck," and like really like lean into the dub of like "fuck," like, you could hear the the director
Marducci
be like hit that
Hit it
F
hard.
word hard.
I want every 8th grade boy to hear that.
Yeah, it just comes out it comes out of the wash super corny.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the mixture of that. Like, I love Clerks. I love Clerks 2. I love Clerks 3. I love Chasing Amy. I love Mallrats. I also love Archie. I love Sabrina. And I love Jughead. And those two worlds are great. And you would think Kevin Smith, who is like the godfather of the Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob stuff, would be able to
huge comic book fan.
Yeah, and would be able to integrate that more seamless into Archie, but it was just it seemed reckless in a weird way.
He's gotten this criticism before, specifically for his Batman stuff, where he, for lack of a better phrase, doesn't have reverence for the material that he is writing.
Sense. Yeah.
Where he is just writing the story he wants to write using the characters that he's given, not necessarily reflecting the style or characterization of the characters that has been historically in place. And
I think that's dead on for why I didn't because you read this, you're just like, none of these Riverdale people would be doing anything like this. Seems so out of character for everyone involved.
Yeah. It's branded like Kevin Smith's Archie, as opposed to like Archie by Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's essentially just like, whoopsie daisy, Archie stumbles into the Clerks verse, and it's like, whoa, this should have never fucking happened. Because then they try to have this really sweet moment at the end. You're just like, this is fucking unearned.
Yeah.
You can't just toss your arm around Archie and be like, you're one of us now. It's just he does not want to be. Stop this.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
Sorry to hear it.
yeah, I mean, 5 out of 10. It's a 50-50 flip on whether you like it or not. Some cool homage covers from the back. I saw there's some cool references to classic comic book covers, classic Archie covers, and stuff like that. Some movie references that the main cover is a Clerks reference, or no, it is a Clerks reference, which is kind of fun. But I mean, it is a one shot only, so I kind of just wish they would have done something a little different.
It's kind of a bummer. It sounds like I wish they'd have done the flip flop thing, where it's Jay and Silent Bob meet Archie, and then Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Where you can let Kevin Smith lean into the Clerks stuff, but then if you have an Archie writer, do like a kind of squeaky version.
See, you could have done the meta version of that because Jay and Silent Bob could have stumbled into Riverdale, and then they start cursing.
Yeah.
But it's weird wingding stuff, and they just are like, "Why is it like I didn't say that?" And
I can't swear.
Yeah, and like then they have to work off of that. Like if you're given no restraints, then it's just like, then you should have done something more worthwhile.
Yeah. For a guy as creative as Kevin Smith, you kind of would hope for a little more like that.
Yeah.
Not that we're slamming Kevin Smith. We love you, Kevin Smith. Have us
No,
on,
I mean Kevin
have
Smith
us on
is
Fat Man Beyond.
No, Kevin Smith is brilliant. He is well versed in
We're
pop
talking about the
culture.
guy who made Tusk here.
Yeah.
I love Tusk unabashedly.
The guy who made Dogma. Like
God.
he's a smart man.
Oh yeah.
And I think he had a little too much fun
Sure.
with this book, and he made my Archie feel uncomfortable, and I don't appreciate that. So, okay. Moving on.
There's a read on this entire conversation where we're just taking an Archie one-shot way too seriously. But I stand by your take on it. I can imagine feeling the same way.
Which sounds weird from us because
I know we're generally just like everything sort of people, but there's
a line you got to toe.
Some things are a little sacred.
Yeah.
When you've read comic books for like 35 years.
Yeah. He's like, hey, Jughead wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So knock it off.
Yeah. All right. Vargas and I both read Wild Animals, which is a Ed Brisson book on Mad Cave.
Kind of a newer guy in the comic book world.
Ever heard of him?
I want to get your take on this.
Okay.
Because I've got takes.
All right.
I want to hear yours before I spill mine.
A lot of like character development in this for our main character, guy who works in like a little retail convenience store and has kind of been bullied his whole life. We find out that his dad was a cop who ratted out some dirty cops and got disfigured from an encounter between the dirty cops and his father. He like
The same encounter where his dad died.
Where his dad died.
Disfigured.
Yeah, he got splashed with like hot oil
I see now, yeah.
from some food being fried.
Yeah.
He's got like scales.
And that's affected him his entire life, and people treat him poorly and like less than, and his mom's in the hospital and passes away. So that's kind of like the context for this. And he's kind of just discovering through his mother's death and him like looking through like what she's left him with, he's kind of discovering like some stuff about his story that he didn't know or that his mother kept from him after his father's death. And things may not have been how they seemed.
Right.
Is kind of what we're finding. We don't get a ton of context on that. But this kind of turns into a story where like one guy's life has been so shitty, his mother dies, and he's just pushed like an edge too far. Like he's been a good dude. If it weren't for like a handful of circumstances colliding into like one big stressful night, then he might have gone on and lived his life like a very normal, kind guy. But instead was like,
He just snaps.
fuck it all. He snaps. This turns into a revenge story. He's gonna hunt down the people who like wronged his dad and go ham on everybody.
Yeah.
Like that's more of a synopsis than it is a take.
Yeah.
On the comic, but I do think it's like a good revenge story with just enough like character development to get you like super interested in this guy's story and care about his circumstances quite a bit, and just enough like intrigue to be like, is everything what meets the eye?
Yeah.
For what he thinks his like father did and what actually happened.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the direction this goes. I mean, I trust Ed Brisson with a story implicitly, but I love stories like this where it's a little bit cathartic to see somebody who gets pretty beat down by life get the I don't know, the gumption. Courage is the wrong word, but
the gall.
Yeah, when they snap and they're just like, all right, everybody's paying for everything they've done to me.
Yeah.
You know what? fuck it.
Right. Well, it's like it's the premise of John Wick, right? But this is like John Wick who works at a convenience store
I
and
can
doesn't
handle
have
the
a
parking
car.
ticket. I can handle losing my shoe. But when you kill my dog,
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the idea that this guy's never stood up for himself a day in his life.
Right. And now his mom died. This
Yeah.
one bad night
Yeah.
sort of and all these like discoveries and revelations and bad memories that come up on top of all of it lead him down this path.
And part of me thinks this is a really good kind of like, I don't know if this is the intention of it, but it kind of is a good thought piece on like, could happen to any of us. Like we tend to like really like other and shame people who do these, you know, horrific things on paper, but it's like anybody any of us, like when pushed to like our limits, have done something out of character at some point in our life. Like Greg disagrees. He's never done anything.
well, no, I
out
mean,
of character.
like there is, but then again, I've never been to that low point. Like we are talking about a story where like none of us have ever experienced like probably this kind of.
No, I mean, I haven't experienced this kind of like
and
horror
and
in
like not even like
such a
this-
short amount of time.
Yeah.
But I can.
You've cussed out a waiter, whatever. Like
Yeah, like I've snapped on like someone
Yeah.
that's just been like kind of rude to me. Just like, dude,
Yes.
hey, shut the hell up
yeah.
and get that for me.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. That we've seen glimpses of it, and this is like the extreme version of it. Which
Yes,
like
okay.
it builds like this interesting empathy that like kind of puts you in a place to say like,
get it.
like I'm not othering this person as much as
Yeah.
I would otherwise if this just jumped into just like he's going crazy and he's out to kill people.
Yeah.
Like there's a less eloquent way to write this.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I don't like. What would I have to go through
Well,
to snap to a thing of just like,
but that's the
I'm
whole
going to start killing people.
that's the whole like first 20 pages of this book
Mm-hmm.
is you get the story of what led this dude to
All
that
he
one
has
thing.
is his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has this terrible interaction that's like very tragic
Yeah.
that prevents him from being at his mother's deathbed.
Wow.
And then he discovers all this stuff about his past. And
Yeah.
it's
Gets kicked out of his apartment. It's just
Yeah.
like a
One thing after the other.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like a horrific piling on of awful
God.
stuff.
Imagine that. Like, you know, you just lose like the one person in your life that tethers you to sanity.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, there's no one here to advocate for me. I'm like lost as a kid in the world now. Like, and like, can't imagine.
it's going to be interesting to see the direction that Ed takes this. Like, is it just going to be a John Wick book where this guy like finds the 3 cops that shot his dad and just like goes apeshit on them, or do we find out that the dad maybe also wasn't such a great guy
Yeah.
and got killed for
Oh, I'm sure there'll be some kind of
some
Shyamalanian twist.
in there? Just based on the title alone, you get the feeling that like, you know, violence does not beget anything but violence.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Anyway, I think all this to say we're in agreement that this is a very engaging,
Yeah.
solid read.
Yeah.
It
Another heater from Mad Cave.
Yeah.
for Ed Brisson, it's a little more like I feel like a lot of his stuff is maybe like smaller in a good way. That a lot of his things you're just like, wow, I can picture this on the news. Like
Yeah.
I think The Violent, was that the name of a mini he did that was like a very like Midwestern, like
Oh, yeah.
another like down and out like young family that are like put to their stressors and lead to some like unfortunate circumstances. Like that book was so good and such like an intimate story that like really caught the vibe of the Midwest.
Yeah.
This feels a little more like dialed up in like a realm of disbelief a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
But
if you read this on a Florida Man, you would be like, I don't know that this one's like really like true.
Where's the bath salts in all
Yeah.
this?
yeah. Yeah. But it is a very cool
It's
book.
really good.
I really liked it.
Yep.
And it's a mini.
Yep.
5-issue mini.
We love us a mini.
We love a mini.
What else did you read, Mike D? Oh, this is the one that I didn't read. Tell me about this.
Okay, I read the Unchosen
And it's Unchosen comic book.
Skybound comic. Anybody want to flip through that?
Sure.
It is
paper.
I know. How about that?
You could have owned a piece of that comic.
That's right. I should have
We
bought my
missed
Skybound
out.
stock, and I
Damn
blew it. This, like, the first thing I want to say that it reminded me of right off the bat was, like, you know how in Dune, I can't remember what they call it. Like,
I've only seen Chronicles of Riddick. Where does it fall in the Riddick verse?
is there a name for the voice that they do?
Yeah, it's the voice.
They just call it the voice. In this, it's the word,
Oh, sure.
kind of.
Yeah.
That and it's kind of a shorthand for, like, magic in general,
Yeah.
but it is a thing that, like, you're able to speak in a certain, you've been born with this ability that allows you to speak in a certain way that imbues you with magical abilities. And there is this school that brings up these kids
Sure.
that are gifted with that. So I'm thinking of that, like, Dora Milaje, however you say the
Yeah.
Dune thing.
Yeah.
Whatever the TV show was that they did, which I really loved. I know, like, not everybody liked that show. I thought it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
But it kind of feels like a mix between, like, Harry Potter and that, where these kids that have this gift.
They're kind of like sci-fi witches.
Yeah, they're kind of like sci-fi witches. Exactly right.
There looks like a little manga influence
The art style.
on some of this art style.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're definitely seeing that beginning now to become more of a traditional trend of, like, those two influences merging into one.
But you might guess, because of the title of this, an Unchosen, that it kind of plays with the trope of being, like, a chosen one. Like, the character that's at the center of this, like, wakes up in the middle of a disaster and, like, doesn't know what happened, and it kind of had this, like, incredible outburst of power that she doesn't understand and not everybody understands, and she's this, like, magnificently powerful person but doesn't understand how to, like, use it, tap into that power, can't access any of that, and has only caused, like, tragedy
Sure.
because of these powers. So these people are trying to, like, shepherd her and keep her safe as a favor to her parents, but
She got parents? Are they gone?
her parents were assuming passed at this point. So she's been taken in by this group, but she's basically like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
That is more of a burden to them. She's super powerful, but it's like,
So we have orphaned girl joins polycule. May or may not be magical. I've seen this story. It's called Stuart Little.
yeah. But yeah, it's basically like, imagine Star Wars, but Luke Skywalker can never get a handle on the Force.
Yeah.
And when he does use it, it's really strong and creates, like, horrible repercussions.
Yeah.
That's
very anime.
yeah. For sure.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, it's Akira.
It's My Hero Academia.
Yeah. Oh, that is 1,000% true. Yes. That sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
It was a super breezy read.
Yeah.
It was like a really fun, quick read.
I will say something I just noticed. Typically, you are a bag and boards guy,
Yes.
and you just let us manhandle that thing around the table.
You're wondering what the different circumstances were.
Yes.
You're very astute. Okay, so my wife volunteers at a food pantry on Thursdays. This food pantry is next to a comic book shop
Oh,
in Lee Summit.
okay.
Normally, what I would do to prep for this podcast is buy comics digitally, so I can read them really short notice.
Sure.
Since my wife is next to a comic book shop and we've got the opportunity to support an LCS instead of buying comics on Comixology or whatever, I have her go in and try to grab for me what she can find.
Right. I think, was it next to Pulp Fiction?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
It's next. This place is next to Pulp Fiction.
Shout out. They have our stickers on the new first
Yes.
issues of the week.
That's right. So I don't want to burden my wife with like, you're already doing me a favor by picking up the comics. Are you picking up the ones that are like not bent?
Here's how I want you to look at the corners real quick.
And then when you're bringing them into the car, are you placing them on the seat the right way? Like all the things that I would normally do. I'm already asking her a huge favor of her to walk into a store that she's like feels uncomfortable and maybe unwelcome in because it's comic. Not that Pulp Fiction are great people. And
Pulp Fiction, Meg out there at Pulp Fiction's amazing.
And they welcome everything. But there is like a stigma about comic shops, and it's sometimes a little.
Now, honey, remind me, what's a spine tick again?
Mike's on the phone. Ask the man if it's a 9.8. No, a 9.8.
So these arrived to me in a condition that I would normally consider subpar. So at that point, there's no need to keep them.
She gets home and you go, "Hey, where are my comic books?" She goes, "Oh, hold on," and she pulls them out from her back pocket, unfolds it. Here you go, honey.
Yeah, once we started this relationship with like her Thursday routine, I've just said like
my pristine ones will be in the mail.
Yes, my expectation for condition on these is like not a priority.
Big of you, Mike.
Okay,
you clearly love your wife.
That was some real detective shit I just went through
growth.
on that.
Yeah, I love that you picked that up because normally I'm like, don't touch,
don't touch my shit.
I'm super anal about condition and fingerprints and all that stuff.
Unlike Mr.
Yeah,
Vargas
I was
over
gonna
here.
say,
who's playing the piano
Pounding
on top
it,
of his...
pounding his gavel on all his comics.
Oh, that's my boy.
Yeah, why?
last book of the day.
Hey,
Now this is a treat, folks. I want you to listen. All right.
This is a big one. No one can ever say that I don't give a chance because
I've always said that. People are like, does Vargas give chances? I go, no.
this guy won't give a chance.
No, zero chances
He
from this guy.
couldn't even give a chance.
Can't even pay attention, this guy.
I bought a Bad Idea comic book.
Oh, like, did you have to like exchange your fingernails for weird wood currency?
I did not. I went to my comic book store, I picked it up off the shelf, and it came home with me. Do you see how fucking easy that is?
Thank you for listening to our emails. Bad idea.
So I read Planet Death, which is by Cole. Is it Chad? No, Kolstad. The guy who
It's by Chad.
The guy who wrote and created John Wick.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
With Robert Vendetti.
with Robert Vendetti.
Oh, sick.
Who's like the Exo Man-O-War Green Lantern
Tankers.
guy. Yeah.
Tankers, yes.
Tankers slapped.
Promoted with an actual tank.
I loved that.
Oh,
So
that's not what I'm thinking of.
We interviewed him on this
Podcast.
and I forgot the word podcast, and I was like,
This weird talkie.
before we talk about any, I was like, before I even welcome you to the show, I saw you in a video in a tank. and he was like, I've done so much press for this book and no one has brought up the tank yet. And he was like, I can't thank you. Like, I can't believe I haven't gotten to talk about this yet. Should be like the first thing I'd ask myself. Like,
Yeah, first question is tank. Is
how
it
did
fun?
how did this happen? Yeah, what were the
Was
circumstances?
it loaded? Were you loaded?
So he was a very sweet guy to chat with
About tanks.
about tanks.
So he co-wrote Planet Death, which is like Starship Troopers meets Warhammer 40K
For the art
on
alone.
steroids.
Meets
This was
Chronicles of Riddick.
There was a free comic book day preview of this book
Yeah.
it was printed on newsprint too, and
It was invisible.
that got me.
Yeah.
This is not a newsprint book.
Yeah, worthless to me. We were just talking about on the Discord the other day that like all facsimiles that
Should be newsprint.
that are reprinting something from a newsprint era
Yeah,
should be newsprint. It's
How do you-
honestly,
how do you
I think
fumble
it's
that?
I think it's cheaper for
Yes.
the
Yeah.
publishers, and readers would like it more.
Now the colors are going to run together. Good.
Yeah,
I want that.
right.
So it's about a guy who wakes up on a ship and his objective is destroy the weapon, return home. And he's like dumped into like a big, kind of mech suit, dropped onto a planet and fucking goes nuts on all the aliens there,
Metal.
and ends up being like, the last guy alive, 99.9% death rate of all the people who dropped on the planet.
Nice.
And the only thing we know is that he needs to destroy the weapon, whatever that is, and return home.
What if he's the weapon?
We don't know. We basically don't know anything. But yeah, it's for, if anybody saw the movie Edge of Tomorrow or Live, Die, Repeat.
Yes, they changed the name of it.
It's
Yeah.
that. This is like that. It's awesome. It kicked ass.
For as frustrating as Bad Idea is, now, presently, in the future, every one of their books is so pretty.
Well,
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Every book
Yeah.
looks like it took 15 years to make.
The covers are awesome. They do a really great job with
And I'm
their
very
artists and
thankful.
their coloring and the amount of time they take on all these things.
Well, and I'll say this too. They have previews for some of their books that are coming out this year. And this book has the best cover I have ever seen in a book. just I don't know anything about it. I don't know the creative team. Well, I know Robert Venditti, but it's called Ordained, and the cover is like a priest
Ready to throw
ready
hands.
to bare knuckle box
and a
with,
Fight Club.
with a bloody nose.
Gritty teeth.
It's just so good.
Yeah, that looks rad.
So, I mean, Bad Idea. If you put these in stores, I will buy it.
hope-
Survive
I hope
looks
he
like a
promotes that
Vargas
with
book.
tank. Survive looks sick. I mean, do you see what I mean? Like,
No, I get it.
it is the
Look at-
the detail in everything is great, but it takes just a gigantic leap of faith to even get these books in my house.
Yeah, well, and that's been my frustration, is that I can't just go to a comic book store and buy these stupid books.
Yeah.
I've got to figure out how to get them, and I know that that's part of their deal, but now I don't have to do that.
A lot of them are good.
I'd say about 90% of them are good.
I have heard nothing but good things about them.
ENIAC
But-
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Lot you would love. Have you not
Lot.
read The Lot?
I haven't.
lot was
This is
great.
the first Bad Idea book I've had because it's the only one I've ever seen.
There's a
in
werewolf one that will knock your effing
I
socks
think you
off.
would
Guys,
love The Lot.
I'm not disagreeing.
God,
with
Andy,
you.
why haven't you read these yet? Ugh.
I haven't read them because they're not in stores. Do you understand?
Or digital.
They're not on digital either.
I don't think
That's
they are.
that's the
no.
thing.
I know, and I get that. That's
You have to go through the rabbit hole in freaking Alice in Wonderland to get to the shop.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
I know, and I'm not going to either. I don't know. They're. I don't know.
If they made trades of those books, I would buy them 100%.
Yeah, that's kind of wild that hasn't happened yet.
And if they make them, then
You
tell
know why?
me where they are.
Because as soon as they start doing that, they have to change their name to Good Idea.
So, Mike's gonna look up and see if. See, I've got to sign up and log in, and go to stores. I can't just order.
Where is Bad Idea?
I know that the part of their thing is you can't order stuff online. You've got to.
Everything is just a form. You can't get any information.
That's what I mean,
I hate
man.
this.
Like, and even if their website was like, "Hey, the trade of ENIAC is in local comic shops. We're not selling it on Amazon." I would say, fantastic. I'll go to my LCS and get it. But like,
Oh my God, Vargas, Orc Island.
I know
The art on this was unbelievable.
the logo is a death metal band logo.
Yeah.
I get it.
Even Sleigh Bells was fun. Santa Claus and a gun.
Oh yeah, I remember reading Sleigh Bells. Yeah,
Okay, so do you guys order these online?
on
Is that
on Midtown was how I got them.
I cashed in a bunch of my rocks that I had in my backyard. Oh, there it is. Werewolf.
Yeah, it looks
Werewolf.
awesome. I want to read it, but
This Walesville comic was so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Matt Kent thing. I also read Pirate Queen and liked that. This is the one I think you'd like a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Really rad.
Yeah, looks
classic
incredible.
Hollywood horror.
I think there was a way. So how I got mine was it was through Golden Apple, when they were still a thing. Like, you know, they did their pre-order thing through whatever, and they did like a bundle. They're just like, listen, here's the bundle for $100. You get all these like first prints that we're going to be able to get. And I was lucky enough to be able, because they only had like a limited amount of slots because of their stupid hoops you got to jump through.
Yeah.
And that's how I got most of my Bad Idea books. If I can find them, I have them under glass in case I have to exchange them for water credits down the line.
Well, they had a limited number of retailers.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I appreciated was they were like, there's going to be demand for these comics because of the way that we're creating like some scarcity. If these comic shops sell them for a markup, they will be forever banned from selling Bad Idea ever again. And I'm like, that's kind of badass.
Yeah, that's sick.
You have to sell them for cover price. There's been a handful of things Bad Idea has done that I'm like, fuck yeah, that's like a little industry disrupting and cool.
It's awesome, but they don't back that up with like getting shit into a store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my whole thing was Midtown was the easiest place to order from. That was an approved Bad Idea retailer.
Yeah.
So regardless of where I was getting comics from at the time, I was just pre-ordering anything Bad Idea from Midtown.
Yeah. And it like that. What you're saying, Andy, is right. It's just like their idea was badass and punk rock, and it tried to stop the secondary market and the markup of prices in the shop.
I'm totally about that.
But that means every chucklehead who is at the LCS at 9 a.m. waiting out in line will be there grabbing them all.
Right.
And like it's a moot point because like us or like even like a random kid that walks
most
in.
people had to buy them off eBay.
Yeah, they're not going to stumble in and be like, oh, what's this ENIAC book? It's just like, it's already gone.
Yeah.
Because these like hyper nerds, I love you, but you're hyper nerds, get in there early and just.
Yeah, blow it out.
Yeah.
So that's
Quit blowing it out.
Dude,
that's
blowing it out.
That's still my frustration.
I'm walking crooked, you're blowing it out.
But I did love Planet Death. So
Yeah, because
Right.
the books are great. It's the shit around it.
yeah.
A lot of comics to choose from this week. I'm sure one of these struck your fancy. Go support comic books. Go support your local LCS and try to pick one of these up at a comic shop near you.
Don't forget to tell us, what instrument would Superman play?
In the Discord.
Feel.